Hello my loves, welcome to my channel. This is a new channel. Welcome if you're new. You're probably new because this is my first video going up on this new channel. This one is my everyday makeup routine. You guys have been asking for this for a long time and my everyday makeup routine has changed so much since you guys have been requesting this video, but I finally sat down to do it for you guys. I've definitely been getting most of the requests because of the new makeup that I've been doing, which is this more natural makeup look, which isn't that natural at all. In fact, some of you guys might be looking at this thinking that it is not natural at all, and I will say, it is a more natural makeup look in terms of like the amount of product that's used on the face, although the eyelashes do make it seem like there's a lot of makeup on my face, but I promise you there's not a lot. We're not even wearing foundation right now. So yeah, the lashes do make it seem very glam, very heavy, but it's not that heavy. You guys can of course leave out the lashes if the lashes are not your thing. I know some people like to have big bold lashes and some people don't. I'm one of those people that does love them, so I utilize them. So anyway, if you guys are interested in seeing this look, then definitely keep on watching. Without further ado, let's hop right into it, starting now. All right, so starting off, first things first is I don't wear foundation anymore, but I do use a little bit of concealer in my T-zone just to kind of brighten up these spots and make those spots look a little bit more even toned, erase some of the dark circles under my eyes, that sort of thing. So I do put a little bit on my chin, a little bit up there above my Cupid's bow, down the bridge of my nose. And I've been kind of really digging the look of like, you know, even if you do have skin imperfections, kind of just keeping them there. Kind of like it now. Anyway, taking the Beauty Blender, if you guys haven't heard of it, this one's not super duper washed. I do wash it every few days, but not after every single day, because I only ever use it when it's on my clean skin, of course. But I do wash it every few days, just so you guys know. If you guys have problematic skin, I recommend washing your Beauty Blender every single day, of course. But mine seems to be okay washing it every couple days. And yeah, I just pat that into my skin. Oh, and before I forget, this concealer is the Georgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. Wow, I need my glasses for this. In the shade 3.5, if you guys are wondering what this concealer is. Kind of just blending out the rest of it and the residue on the rest of my face and down my neck, just to kind of get some even colorings going. And then the next thing that I use is the Veil Translucent Setting Powder by Hourglass. Love this setting powder, it is amazing. Kind of just have to shake it up a bit to get some at the top, and then we need to shake it a bit more. I think I'm like running out of this stuff slowly. All right, so perfect. Then I take this and I take a Sigma brush. This one is the F05 brush. This is what I use to actually put on my setting powder. I don't actually like using those big brushes like most people do. I like using the tiny ones. I like to be more precise. So anyway, I use a little bit on my brush, and then I always go under the eyes first and then over the eyes just to kind of set all of that in. And then I do it to the other eye. And then I do it all around the rest of my face after. And the reason why I do this is because it makes blending a lot more easier, because I do like to wear like bronzer and contour and stuff. And if you have this on your face in those contour areas, it'll make blending so much easier. If you guys don't already know that already. I'm sure every YouTuber that does makeup talks about that, but in case you guys didn't know. All right, and then the next thing that I do is I use the Kevyn Aucoin, the sculpting powder in the shade medium. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, Kevyn Aucoin, something like that. That's basically what it is right there. And I use this with a Zoeva 110 face shape brush. This for contouring is like the best brush ever. So yeah, basically I just take this and I kind of go and draw a line and then I blend it after. But I go right in the crease right there and then I kind of dot it to blend it. And then what I do is I take my same brush that I use to powder my face and I blend it out with this brush. And I don't even put anything else more on the brush, I kind of just use the brush how it is. And then I blend out the top, and then I kind of leave the bottom a bit more harsh, but I kind of just blend it out anyway, and just kind of make a more flattering blend. And then usually I go in with just a touch more. And then blend it out once again. Next, I do my forehead. It's all about the blend, guys. And then once again, I take the OG brush and just swipe it along to blend out any harsh lines so that the transition is nice and natural. The next thing I do is I also like to line right underneath my jawline just to make my jawline pop out a little bit more. So usually I start by the chin and I add a little bit here and then I start drawing along, I don't know what that word was, along my jawline. And I just kind of go softly and then blend it because you don't want this part to look harsh. Otherwise, that's going to look a little clownish and a little silly, a bit cartoony. You really want this part to be blended, if anything. I mean, you want everything to be blended, but this one I notice that there's times that I've seen this area not blended and it just looks... I mean, it's a great time if you want to make people laugh. If you're one of those people that notices those things. And then again, I go back with this brush once again, and I just make sure that that is all blended because we want that area to be blended. All right, and then the next thing that I do is I take that same sculpting powder and I go in with my Zoeva 142 concealer buffer brush, but I like using this as an eyeshadow brush. It's actually great for the top in my opinion. And I go in with that same contour powder just because I really like to keep everything coherent in colors, so I just go with the same thing that I use as a bronzer for the eyeshadow. And so what I do is I take a bit on the brush and then I start by going a little bit in the corner and I go a bit above the crease just to kind of like open up my eyes a bit and make them seem more wide and bright. And then I just start blending that in small tiny little circles. And then I kind of wing it out over here. Then sometimes I use my pinky finger just to kind of go up along there and just kind of like smudge out the top. I find it helps make sure that everything's sort of blended by doing that. All right, and then to the other side, doing the same thing, kind of starting in the outer corner, working your way in, staying a little bit above that crease, and going all the way in to kind of that inner corner. And then again, blending out the edges and then kind of swooping this area back by the temple. I like this effect because it kind of reminds me of like a Cleopatra or like Egyptian like goddess when you kind of swoop it back like that. So I really enjoy that. I went in, by the way, with a second dip of my brush into the powder again, just to add on that second layer. The next thing that I do is I go in with the Zoeva 223 Petite Eye Blender brush. This one right here is great for getting like right below the eye, like kind of this under eye area. I love smoking out eyeshadows below that area. I think it looks very, very flattering. So I just dip it into that same color again, and then I just drag that right below that crease. I find like this really like opens up the eye and also makes your eye look a lot more mature if you guys want a more mature look. And I just connect those two around this corner and then make sure that it's like blended up into our other eyeshadow at the top. All right, and then that is that part. I'm currently looking like a scary alien. It is great. The next thing that I do is I take this Covergirl Perfect Point Plus Black Onyx eyeliner. This is the one that has like that smudgy end that you can get. Love this smudgy end. It is so great for creating kind of like a more natural smoky eyeliner effect, which I really like. So I've been really loving this stuff lately. So basically I take this and what I do is I line my eyes slightly. You don't need to make it perfect because I like to smudge it out with the end piece. And yeah, because of that, you don't need an absolutely perfect line. So essentially I go in, I'm gonna try and move actually a bit forward for this. Probably gonna zoom you guys in here. So for this part, I go in and I just start lining my eye, and I line up over here as well. Then I take my blending side of this, and I just start to blend all of the top edge to create that smoky sort of effect. Kind of like that. And of course my eyes are like really small, so if you guys like to make your eyes look a lot bigger, I like to create a small little wing at the side that kind of just opens up the eye a lot. So what I do is I go to the very corner and I start to just draw like a little bit of a line here. And then I take the smudgy end of this brush, and if you guys can see here, there's like a part of the brush that sticks out into a point. I basically take that pointy end and I use that to kind of drag this out and extend it. And that way you get like a smudge that's like kind of precise. Hold on while I fix the way I'm sitting, my leg is going numb. And then I take this once again and kind of start to draw a bit of a line at the top to create more of a wing. And then again, taking that edge piece of the smudger and just kind of smudging that out into a flick. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye really quick. All right, now I'm just smudging out the other eye to make it kind of look similar to the other one. I always kind of go back and forth on them. If you guys find it hard to do like wing liner and get them even, sometimes you have to go back and forth on them just to get them looking proper. At least that's what I do, because for some reason, even with years of practice, it still takes me a hot second. All right, so this is what we're looking like currently with the eyeliner, the eyeshadow, and the contour at the moment. Then I also do take a bit of bronzer. This is the Tom Ford bronzer, the glow bronzer in the shade Terra. Love this stuff. This is what it looks like. It looks beautiful, it looks amazing. And I take my Zoeva 135 Petite Face Definer brush, this one right here, to put on that bronzer. So I take a little bit onto the brush, and let me put that thing down so I can actually do what I'm doing. Anyway, get a little bit onto the brush, and then I just put that kind of above the contour just to bronze up the face a little bit, because I do like a glowy goddess type of look. And then I add a little bit onto the bridge of my nose just to add that like sun-kissed look, which I really like. And then a little bit onto the forehead. The next thing that I do is I love these lashes. You guys keep asking me where I get my lashes and what lashes I've been wearing lately. These are the Hoodie 23 lashes. These lashes are so fun. I really like long, like fun, not super coherent looking lashes. These ones are messy looking, and they are just kind of exciting. They have a lot going on. I like it. They're kind of all over the place, and I like that look. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's definitely my cup of tea. So anyway, I do put these on at this point. All right, so I add some glue onto those, then I let them rest to dry a little bit, because you always want to let them dry a bit before sticking them onto your face so that the glue gets a bit tacky. Again, I'm sure you guys have heard this all before, but if not, that's why I'm saying it, just in case. The next thing that I do is I go in with my Monster Big mascara by Lancome. Love this stuff. This is definitely my all-time favorite mascara that I've ever used. So while those are drying, I just quickly apply like some thin layers of mascara onto my eyes. All right, so now that those have dried a bit and I have on my layer of mascara, I just take these and then I apply them to my eyes. The next step is I like to do my eyebrows. If you guys haven't noticed, my eyebrows are microbladed. I look a little crazy now with these lashes and without my brows being filled in with the actual color that I always fill them in with. It looks kind of like the contrast is a bit like, whoa. So to even all that out, I fill in my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. That's the color that I use. And this is what kind of brings it all together. So first I kind of brush the hairs that I have upwards. And then I begin the fill process. So I start by just putting small strokes at the bottom, kind of lining that out. And then I do the same to the top, but I kind of avoid like the very like inner part of my brow, just because I like to keep that a little bit brighter and lighter, so I don't actually touch that area too much. But I kind of just fill like the middle and end of the brow, because that's naturally the darkest part of the brow anyway. And then I put little tiny strokes up at the front. And then I brush it once more, and that is a filled in brow, and that is not a filled in brow. So then I go to this side and I repeat the same process. All right, so then after I'm done that, I then take my NYX Control Freak eyebrow gel. I believe this is just their clear eyebrow gel. Love this stuff. It makes your eyebrow hairs stay in place all day. And I like the fact that it's clear because you don't need to be as precise with it. I notice whenever I've used like colored ones, I end up always kind of like getting blotches like at the top of my brow and stuff like that. So yeah, I really like this clear stuff, and I just put small little tiny strokes in there just to keep the brows in place. All right, and then the next thing is I take some blush. I've really been loving the Physicians Formula Butter Blush. This one is in the shade Plum Rose. It's so like soft and angelic in my opinion, and the color is just like, it's not too harsh, and it's just very naturally looking, and I love it. So I applied this stuff with my Sigma powder blush brush, which is the F10 brush, and I kind of just swirl a little bit of that in there, and I go on the apples of my cheeks. And I just put that on really lightly. Sometimes I go back with just a little bit more if I want a little bit more color. And I like to kind of like bring it back and like blend it into the bronzer that I have. I think it's a really flattering look when you have them all kind of blended together. And then I do the exact same thing to this side. And then the next thing, I've been kind of between two different highlighters lately. One of them is the Becca Cosmetics Moonstone highlighter, which if you guys know my love for crystals, I mean, it's probably obvious why I love this highlighter. It is called Moonstone. It is beautiful, really pretty color. And then also the Physicians Formula highlighter. This one is in light bronze pearl color. So anyway, I'll show you guys in swatches what these two compare as. So the one at the top is the Becca Cosmetics one, and the one at the bottom is the Physicians Formula one. I've been back and forth on those two. Gotta say, I really love them both. Today though, I'm gonna go with the Moonstone because it's just a bit more natural, I find. And then I'm going to take my Morphe brush. This one is one that's in their gold collection. The actual number of which one this is fell off, so I don't know, but it's the one that looks like this and it has like the fluff point, and I believe it's their highlight brush. But yeah, it's in their gold collection. So I take that and I put a bit at the top of my Cupid's bow. And then I also add some to the top of my nose. You guys know I like my nose highlight. If you guys know me from my main channel, you guys know I like my nose highlight. And then I also take a bit more and I add it to the tops of my cheekbones, of course. And then the last part is I take my Sigma eye pencil, which is the E30 brush. This one's like really tiny. I love using this to get into the corners of my eyes with the same highlight. And I just add it into the very corners here. I feel like that really makes the eyes pop. Gotta love it. And then I also add a little bit to the bottom of my brow bone. Then I kind of just take my pinky finger and I just kind of like smudge it out because I don't like that one to be too harsh, so I kind of just smudge it out with my finger. And then last but not least, the final part is I like to add a lip gloss, and I just keep it just lip gloss these days because it's just a bit more natural, but yet still is fun and accentuates the lips. My favorite go-to is Pat McGrath Labs. This color is the Faux Real. Love this color. It's my all-time favorite that I've ever come across, and Pat McGrath Labs makes really awesome lip glosses if you guys don't know, so definitely go check it out if you haven't already. Try it out, let me know what you guys think. And essentially what I do with this is I put it on like a lip gloss. No, but I actually do line my lips a bit to make them a bit more plump. So I start at the bottom. And I don't really like overline, but I definitely kind of go underneath my natural line and kind of just like the curve where my lip kind of curves like that. I do just go all the way at the bottom of that like lip curve. I don't know if that technically counts as overlining or if that's just like where it's supposed to go. I don't even know, but that's where I put it. And I just line the outside. And then I do the same at the top. So right at the Cupid's bow. And then I don't even meet them into the corners, but then I kind of just smudge my lips together like that to blend it out. And then sometimes I take my finger to remove some excess, if there is any. And then that is how I do my lips. And then that is the whole makeup look. So this is the final look. This is what I do every single day for my makeup lately. If you guys, I'm assuming most of you are here from my main channel, and if you are, hello, welcome to this channel. We're gonna have tons of different random uploads of more things that aren't spiritual, even though my whole life is spiritual, so like my main channel is like my main-ish. But some of you guys have been requesting videos like this, which I thought belonged on its own separate channel. So here we are. This is what I've been doing every single day in my most recent videos. And lots of you guys have been wondering what I've been doing, so here it is, guys. We finally made it. I'm sorry if I kind of like butchered that content in terms of like how other YouTubers probably do makeup tutorials. I don't know if this one's like up to par, but hopefully it is. We'll see in the editing process. Wish me luck, guys. We're manifesting that it's gonna come out really well, hopefully. So this is the final look. This is what I do every single day. I'm gonna zoom you guys out now so you guys can get a full sort of like view. That's like way too far out. Let's just go around there. All right, so there we have it. There's the final look. This is what it looks like in its whole masterpiece. I don't know if I would call it a masterpiece or anything like that, but this is what I've been doing, and I've been really, really loving it lately. You guys have been complimenting it a lot. And yeah, there's not even foundation in this. I feel like it's actually pretty minimal in terms of makeup, but the eyelashes do make it look like it is heavy makeup, so it kind of has that effect. Although, I don't know if I would call this heavy makeup. I think it's pretty light compared to like what what a lot of other people do out there. Not that there's anything wrong with that makeup. I'm somebody who still, I love that type of makeup, but I feel like I've outgrown it for now. I feel like I've done it for so long that I wanted a change. So this is what I've been doing lately, and I really like it. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, let's have a chat in the comment box down below. If there's any products that you guys would recommend, like more vegan products, because I don't know, some of these products that I use probably aren't vegan and might not be that earthly friendly, but I would like to actually move more towards earthly friendly products. So if you guys do have any suggestions and know what some of those are, I would love to try out some more earth-friendly vegan makeup products. So that would be fun. Then I'd love to also do a look based on those products, using kind of like a more earth-friendly, face-friendly, animal-friendly makeup look for you guys. That would be fun to film. I think that would be a really cool video for this channel. So yes, leave me some recommendations. I feel like I'm definitely rambling right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Definitely turn on that notification bell if you guys want to be notified of new videos. There's going to be some fun videos on this channel. If you guys have any other suggestions of videos that you want to see on this channel that don't have to do with spirituality, because that's saved for the main channel, if you guys know what I mean. If you guys have come across this channel without knowing who I am or my main channel, I'll have that link down below as well. You guys can go check it out. We do some fun spiritual content. Anyway, love you guys so much. Sending you guys my best. I'll see you guys in my next video.